Hoes.
Hey y'all, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Roaux, and I decided that I am going to kick off this whole Vlogmas ordeal, but what makes mine different is that I'm going to do 12 days a row, since today marks December the 14th and it is the first day, like the first day of the 12 days leading up to Christmas. It'll end December 25th. So I was like, if I'm going to push and challenge myself, then I am going to try to jump on the bandwagon of posting consistently, because like I said in a previous video, I post consistently on TikTok, but I am not as consistent as I should be, being that I want to grow my YouTube. So that's the whole point of this whole 12 days a row. So first off, I'm gonna kick it off a little bit. First question, my name. I go by Roaux, but my name is Roshunta. I go by Roaux because of the simple fact that my name has a Z in it instead of a S, and it makes things complicated my whole entire life. My mother loves Z's. My middle name is full of Z's, but I'm not gonna tell y'all what that is because I don't really care for my middle name, but it's spelled Rozhunta. But where the Z is, I think that it should have been an S. But my mom, she felt like I was going to be her last child, so she wanted to be different. Well, 13 years later, she got pregnant, and her and my dad welcomed a baby boy, and he came the same week of my birthday. So I was not the last one, and the crazy part about that story is that he got a simple name. His name is Jalen. Everybody got a simple name except Roshunta. But anyways, question 2. I am from Louisiana. I am from Shreveport to be exact. I have lived in Dallas, Texas for 14 years. It just made 14 years in November. I moved here. Question number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. I moved to Dallas in 2011 because I got accepted into the Art Institute of Dallas to become a pastry chef. And that is what brought me here, from being a pastry chef. But I don't really think I'm the ordinary pastry chef, because everybody works in hotels and on cruise ships and etc. But I don't want to be that ordinary pastry chef who spends all their time in somebody's kitchen in some kind of establishment. I wanted to create cakes. Cake Boss was my inspiration for wanting to go to culinary school. I was practicing nursing at first, and literally I came home from class one day and Cake Boss was on, and it changed my whole perspective about what I wanted to do with my life. Because back home we have career schools that you can go to for like half the day, and my junior year I took up nursing, and then my senior year I had to decide between wanting to do nursing and wanting to do culinary. And I went with culinary because I had someone in my ear telling me that you'll make more money with nursing. Well, people make a lot of money with culinary as well. But that's why I say do what you're passionate about. Don't let anyone else push you into something, because you have to do that for your life. Well, not for the rest of your life, but you get what I'm trying to say, the concept. You have to do that. They don't. And so I end up starting a business, and my business has went through several names. I was once Rose Tasty Treats. Now I am Row Better Cake. I have not been as consistent with my business in the past year to 2 years tops. I took a break from it because I wasn't sure if that was something that I wanted to do moving forward. But I am thinking about branching back into it. I went to this girly pop business tonight hosted by Cameron in Dallas, if you're familiar with him on TikTok. And it allowed me to be around a community of women who shared their stories. And it was so inspirational to the point where it made me think if I wanted to push my business a little bit more, or if I wanted to kind of let it die a little bit and go in a different direction, because I am talented in several other areas, but I feel like I always have to pick particularly one thing instead of doing several, and that's just not me. Like, I cannot be put in a box because I have so many gifts and talents to share with the world. But I don't know, we'll see what 2026 brings. I'm actually sitting here writing down ideas and trying to get my vision board together. The group of women who I met tonight were supposed to come together in about a week before Christmas comes, and we're supposed to get together to try to put together our vision board. So I'm excited about that. But I don't know, we'll see what 2026 brings and if I decide to go in that direction. Number 4, I am 33 years old. I know that I do not look like it. I know that I do not sound like it. But yes, I am 33. I was born in 1992. I'll be 34 this upcoming year in June. Question number 5, what is my biggest fears? I have a few. One of my biggest fears is the fear of being seen, which I've talked about previously. I didn't know how to put myself out there. That's why I never really pushed YouTube the way that I wanted to, because I used to do so many takes, especially back when I decided that I was going to start a YouTube channel, and it was going to be a cake channel. I think it's still up on YouTube now under Roaux Tasty Treats, if I'm not mistaken. But I used to want to do a content page around nothing but cakes, because I was so heavily influenced by what's her name, Yolanda Gimp, How to Cake It. I was so influenced by the way that she did her cake videos, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could do that. But I was gifted for my birthday in 2020, 2021, somewhere in the COVID era of things. I was gifted with a ring light, and I was gifted with it was something else that I needed to for my birthday to push YouTube. I think I had received an edible printer, and I was just supposed to push business out, try to get myself out on YouTube. Like, I feel like if I never would have stopped, then I would have been further. But it's the fear of being seen. I didn't want anybody to hear the way that I talked, or because at one point I hated my voice because I have an accent. I'm from Louisiana. I sound country, you know what I mean? And I hated it, but now I love it, because it's just like I've been healing myself, and I love the way that I talk. I love everything about myself, everything that I used to criticize myself about. And I'm so grateful that I'm out of that phase, and I grew out of it, and I'm able to now face my fears. But yeah, the fear of being seen, my voice, I hate with a passion traveling over large bodies of water. I have to brace myself for it. Back home, well, in New Orleans, that's further on down south, you know that you have to cross Lake Pontchartrain to get to New Orleans, but there is another route that you can take. I will never. If I'm going to New Orleans, I'm gonna fly. I cannot do it. Like large bodies of waters like that, I have to fly over. But I know here in Dallas, like, we have Lake Louisville and we have like Lake Ray Hubbard. I'm over it. I can travel over those with no fear at all. Like, I've kind of gotten used to it because I had to for work. It's like I can't call out. Why are you calling out? Oh, every time you're scheduled to work at this work on this account at this store, you call out. So I couldn't do that. I would have got fired. But you kind of get used to it. So yeah. Do I have another one? I think those are my top 3 on my fears. 6, what do I love what do I love to do for fun? What do I like collecting? For fun, I'm a very adventurous person. Like, right now on my list, like, I want to be doing something that's new, like that's out of my comfort zone. So something fun, something thrilling. I want to go skydiving. It's been on my list since I was 30, on my bucket list, but I haven't went to set it up yet. Hopefully for my 34th birthday. But I just love having fun. Those are something that I love. I love having fun, very adventurous. I love collecting vinyls. I have a vinyl record player that I got for myself for my birthday like 2 years ago. And I collect vinyls as what am I trying to say? I'm getting off topic. But I love collecting them. I'm waiting as we speak on Chris Brown. Chris Brown's 20th anniversary this year. I'm so grateful I got to go to a concert. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw that in there. I love that man. I love Chris Brown. One of his biggest fans. But I'm waiting on his vinyl. Ella May, I have like all of her vinyls. There's one from her very first album that I've been trying to get, but every time I go to the record store here, it's always sold out. And then she just dropped Little Things, the EP that she came out with last year. They just put that on a vinyl. It just dropped yesterday, so I'm trying to get that. Any old school vinyls, I haven't yet. I'm trying to get all of my artists, like when I was in middle school, high school, like as I was growing up through those eras. Well, they're coming to the point where there's 20th anniversary, so I'm trying to get those because as soon as they come in, they're gone. I got Sierra's Goody vinyl last year around this time because it was her 20th anniversary, and I had to get it because when I went into the record shop, that was the last one. My camera finna die. But yeah. And then the last thing on my list is kind of a bonus question. I'm gonna do 6. If this camera die, I'm gonna have to continue on my phone. But anyways, what's the whole ordeal behind the Rose Baked Life or the Baked Life? Because I don't know if it's gonna be a series, if I'm going to continue that, if I'm going to deaden that going into 2026, and I'm just going to run this channel under my name. I have no idea. But the whole concept on Rose Baked Life, the Baked Life, is that every single day God gives us ingredients. He gives us every ingredient that we need to bake our life. He gives us the sugar, the flour, the eggs, etc. And it's up to us to take those ingredients and bake them to the life that we see fit. Not for your mama, not for your daddy, your sister, your cousin, whomever. For you to use what he has purposely given you and bake it the best way possible for you to live life through your own lens. So using whatever ingredients he equips you with. You know that saying, just start and you'll be given everything else. So just start with the ingredients that God has given you, and then he'll bless you with more as you continue to grow. But if you don't ever use them, how can he bless you with it? You got to be grateful for the things that you have, the things that you currently have. But you guys, like I said, my camera is about to die. I just kind of wanted to hop on and kind of introduce myself, give you a few fun facts about myself. I hope that you guys will stay tuned as I take this journey and try to take YouTube a little bit more serious and consistently. But until then, I will see you guys tomorrow.